Hey, looks like we are live. Let's see, checking in on everyone. Woohoo! Happy almost New Year. Just for welcome to the New Year's Eve show. No idea what's going on here. We're just kind of hanging out on New Year's Eve, and hope all is good with you guys. So I got too much volume going on here. Let me turn some of these down. I forget. Still trying to figure out what the best way to do this, but anyway. Cool. Happy New Year. So I see Keith is here, Alice is here, Alicia's here, Diane, Patty, Patricia. Let's see, Lee is I am your host. You're all waiting for wise advice. Judy's here. Happy New Year from Seattle. Over on YouTube, looks like Marilyn's here, Glenda's here. All kinds of fun. Robin, Happy New Year, Blue Dot. So cool. Anyway, got everything squared away. We're gonna spend about 30 to 40 minutes together. There's no place I'd rather be on New Year's Eve than with you guys. Maybe New York City, but that's a whole different conversation. So you guys already know the deal. You found it already, but YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Connect, LinkedIn, Patreon, or you can get the app. I want to always make sure we share that so you guys know how to find it. But it's 11:32 on the East Coast. We're about 30 minutes away from 2019. I want to thank you guys for being here. Michelle says 3.5 hours to New Year's. Not so much on the East Coast. So you need to move. Let me just adjust that here. Need to move to the East Coast. But Becky, thank you for being there. Mom's watching. Hi, good evening, Mom. Happy New Year. Michelle is checking in on YouTube. Michelle, Happy New Year to you as well. So this will be kind of interesting in a sense where Marcia says, I'm here. You lied about the time. I missed that. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So I'm watching Facebook and I'm watching YouTube. And it looks like YouTube is more real time. YouTube's about 10 to 15 seconds away. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube's like 5 seconds behind. And then Facebook is probably about 20 seconds behind. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Kitty's here, still awake. I like it. Sarah said this does feel like a family. I completely agree. So very, very cool. Sharon checks in from the West Coast. Sorry about the emails today. Yeah, Sharon sent me like a gazillion emails. All the same one, but a gazillion emails. So that was pretty cool. I figured what we do is just, I have 5 emails I want to go through, but this is going to be real informal. We talked about... I told you 1:30? I must have said 11:30? I don't know. 1:30 is kind of weird. There's no reason to do a New Year's Eve show at 1:30. You missed all the fun at that point. But anyway, so what I figured we'd do, this episode I want to talk about goal setting, right? New Year's resolutions, goal setting is kind of synonymous, but I think it's more fun when we say goal setting because it gives us a chance to go, yeah, you know what? You can set a goal and you can modify a goal. New Year's resolution to me has this kind of, this pressure around must do it, and goal setting is as well, but goals are always in progress. You're always working on them. You're always changing them around. You're always adjusting them. So I like goal setting better, and that's what we're going to work on here. I asked you guys to send in a couple emails about what your goals were and what your plans were, and I wanted to. But before we get into all that, I just kind of wanted to just double check in with you. Looks like Karen's here. I got you. Dawn's here. Lee, I got your email from yesterday as well. Lori says 2.5 pounds from Wonderland. That's fantastic. Very, very cool. Karen Maddox is here. Woohoo! Karen, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Karen's in my Tuesday meeting, but we haven't had a Tuesday meeting in forever. So... let's see, John's here. Good evening to you. Go Bucks for tomorrow's game, says Lacey. Yeah, very fun. Very fun. John's sending me a kiss. No, not so much. But anyway, appreciate that. Cool. Let's see. Kitty's exactly right. So that's resolution sounds like this do or die thing. Whereas a goal setting is like, no, I can set a goal. And if I quickly realize into it that's not what I wanted to do, I can modify it, I can adjust it, I can learn, and I can make changes to it. And that's what this is all about. Resolution is it's got that finite line attached to it. So anyway, that's the deal there. So let's see. Ellen says 3.5 more hours till the new year in Western Canada. I will be sound asleep at that point. I promise you. April says hello from Georgia. Good evening to you. Robin says my goal is cook more at home, pack my lunch every day for work out 3 times a week. Those are all realistic. Those are all things you actually can do. I love those because cook more at home. I would define that. I would say cook more at home. If you cook now, if you cook 1 day a week, to me more would be 3 days a week. However you want to define it. You did a great job with workout 3 times a week, and then every day pack your lunch. But then go one step further with cooking more. And what does more mean? Because if you don't put an actual number on it, it's hard to track it, right? So if you cooked, 1 meal at home all last year, and now you want to add a second one, that's more. It's not probably not what you're after. So Lisa's resolved means you plan to. Debbie checks in from Rockford, Illinois. Very cool. What do you guys think of? I saw a couple of you guys in the show early. Do you like the? I kind of get set up, 2 or 3 minutes early, let you guys know that exactly what time's coming on. Hopefully that part is working for you. I like it. Makes it more fun on this end. I like the new setup I have is I'm digging it. We're gonna see how long I stick with it. I'm on the trial version of the software, so we'll see. But Dina says, let's see, my goal for 2019: less time spent online and more time spent reading. Great goal. Great goal. Again, just define it, right? Lisa's be specific. I agree. Let's see. Debbie says, 1 goal halfway done, Milwaukee half marathon, signed up with my room book. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Connie does like that, and Marcia agrees too. So cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys like that. I said I'm testing it just so I know what's going on here. So Jessica from Los Angeles, so excited about 2019. Me too. 2018 was fantastic. So, if you look at all of 2018, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good things, some bad things, but overall, 2018 was fantastic. So I'm really excited for 2019 to see if that rolls into it as well. So, cool. Looks like we have 20 minutes until, well, not exactly 20, but 20 minutes till we get to the new year. So we will, let's do that. I want to go into Alice's email. Alice sent in an email out of Phoenix. I'll just kind of read this to you. It says, hey Mike, my main goal for 2019 is to maintain my weight loss and learn how to make this a lifestyle so that I don't keep gaining the weight back. I have many others, but they will fall into place as I learn to live a healthy life. Thanks for what you do for all of us. I love the podcast and the Wise Wingman group. You all have truly become family to me. Alice, I think that's cool in a sense where I agree. This feels like a family. We're all in here together. We're all hanging out together. This truly feels cool. I miss you guys when we're not here. So I like that part of it. You're absolutely welcome. But let's talk about your goal, right? Your main goal, which I think is you're right on track. Main goal for 2019 is to maintain your weight loss. Congratulations on having a weight loss to maintain. And then learn how to make this lifestyle so you don't keep gaining the weight back. And then the key point to your email is, I have many others, but they will fall into place as I learn to live a healthy life. Folks, I think that is so true. When you get to that point where your health is taken care of and you feel better, everything else truly does fall into place. It's interesting how that happened. But when you're not miserable because of your weight or because of your physical ability, when you've solved that, so many other things become enjoyable. So that's a great goal. I think what I want you guys to do is I want you to work on goal setting. This is very, very important. And at the top of your list or somewhere near the top, prioritize them. But somewhere near the top should be this one, maintain my weight loss or lose more if that's what you're interested to do, so that the rest of your life falls into place. So I agree. Let's see. Jane is here. I got you checking in. Talked about Marsha's video. I agree. That was awesome. I put it in the group. I put a timestamp that I thought was awesome. Hopefully you saw that. So let's see. Oh, Chris is here. Chris, good evening to you. Missed you earlier. Awesome. welcome to Indy. Chris was in Indy today and didn't even check in. What's up with that? So, I know, it's okay. It's all right. So, let's see. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so that's the deal with goal setting. So find something that starts at the top, right? And so you say healthy living, maintaining your weight loss, continue to lose weight. I promise you, Alice, when you do that, again, everything else falls into place. So very cool. You're very welcome. Glad you're able to join us here on the live show as well. Let's see. Who else am I missing here? Jan, I got you. This setup is working better for me. I have both phones right here. I have a webcam right here. Kathy says, how many goals should we focus on? What do you guys think? I think, for me, I think breaking it down to no more than, I'm a big fan of Michael Hyatt. I'm not sure if you followed Michael Hyatt, but Michael Hyatt gives us, he has a planner. And I'll grab you mine. This is my 2018 planner, so I'm going to roll into my 2019 planner. But I think he recommends no more than 5 goals. And then so at the front of the book, I put my goal. Yeah, at the front of the book, I put my goals. I think, but that's true. I think you want to have a goal big enough that needs to be worked on, and no more than 5 probably at the top's end. Make them that big, and then you can break them down into smaller goals as the year goes out. So if your goal is something you can accomplish in January, probably not thinking big enough. If your goal is something that's going to take you 8 to 12 months to complete, that's the kind of goal we're looking after. 5 of those things will be a good year for sure. So, and then then you can have a monthly goal that aligns and corresponds to your annual goal. So annual goal of, let's just say, lose 50 pounds. Monthly goal could be track daily, gym 3 times a week, or something along those lines, so that you have a goal every month that completes the big goal. Make sense? Let's talk about this one. I think this is kind of cool too. Lacey out of Weston, Ohio says, "Hi Mike, here's my goal. Actually, I don't think I can choose just one. I can narrow it down to my top 5. Number 1, reach and stay into the 170s. Number 2, train for another 5K, 10K and a half marathon in August. Number 3, track every day. Number 4, drink 3 bottles of water every day. Number 5, lose 5 pounds by the end of summer." And so connect name is Lacey Warner 1. Looks like I typed it wrong on the screen, but that's my fault. Anyway, but that's the deal. Lacey is Thunderbirds 21 on Twitter and Instagram. Anyway, those are five good goals. So Lacey, I think I saw you pop into the live show. So very cool. So think about this: the five goals. Reach and stay in the 170s. Good goal. I think that's totally doable based on your circumstances. You can do that. Train for another 5K, 10K and a half marathon. Awesome. Define that a little more. So, it's a simple concept of train for a 5K. What does that mean? Does that mean purchase new shoes? Does that mean go to a run clinic? Does that mean go to, start running or, join a runner's group? Does it mean run every day? Does it mean join the Couch to 5K program? So what happens a lot of times when we set goals is the simple goal of train for a 5K doesn't give us any sort of measurable actions, right? So simply training for a 5K, if I go out today and run, that you could be called training for a 5K. And in my head, I believe I've done it, so therefore we just kind of move on. So what you need to do is you need to break the goal down into actionable steps to say, hey, wait a minute. If you say training for a 5K, what all is encompassed of training for a 5K or completing a 5K? I have to register. I have to research. I have to get in shape with the right equipment. I have to run X amount of days per week. Do you have a time in mind? So that's how I would break that down: 5K, 10K, and then your half. Have milestones for when you want to complete those, so that you know that you're on target or not on target. Track every day, that's an easy goal in a sense where easy to measure. At the end of the month, grade yourself. If you're tracking, let's see here, if you want to say track every day, and then what I want you to do with that is set up a calendar, and there's 31 days most months. So out of 31, how did you do? 31 for 31 is 100%. 15 for 31 is about 50%. So set a baseline of I want to be at 95% at the end of each month. And then you can go month to month for an entire year, and you can say the days that you don't track, you don't feel like a failure, right? And you just go, okay, so that's one day. But if you say track every day, what you're now asking yourself to do is track 365 days, which absolutely is doable. But what happens is in the middle of June, if for some reason your phone dies, you're on vacation, no internet, whatever, and you can't, no pens, no paper, no ability to track whatsoever, you're, I don't know, just making it all up. And then you wake up the next day and go, oh, I didn't track. You feel like you've completely abandoned your goal. If you set your goal of track with a 90% accuracy for the entire year, month to month, you can grade yourself as you move through. So drinking 3 bottles of water every day, same kind of thing, and then lose 5 pounds by the end of summer. I think if you do all of your other goals, that one will get done for you automatically. So very cool. Awesome. Lee says he writes the whole dates for the whole year on a paper tracker. Yeah, Kathy, I agree with you. Kathy says Lee is the best tracker in the world. Yeah, the guy, if you guys haven't seen it, the blue dots, I think missed 3 or 4 all year, Lee. Congratulations. That's why you're rocking it, man. Let's see. Michelle on YouTube says, I'm making a monthly vision board to help me keep my focus. I agree with it. And Jessica says, that's a great idea. So you got to make this thing visual. You got to wake up every single day and have something that really reminds you to do this. And so many of us start off on fire. We want to do this for sure. And then, something happens and we get a little distracted. And then next thing we know, the goal's gone. But this is the beauty of my planner is every day I open it, and in my daily routine, the first thing I do is I read my 5 goals. The next thing is I go into, my daily habit trackers, and I check, I go, did I do this? And every day I'm reading my to-do list, so it enabled me to get things done. So there are days when I don't do them. I showed this to Marsha earlier. Here's my to-do list. The last time I've been in the planner is on December 26th. I've kind of taken the week off from the planner, but when I go in on tomorrow, January 2nd, the first thing I'll do is I'll copy everything from December 26th into January 2nd. So all these items instantly become top of mind. So that's so as you make a vision board, find a way every day to remind yourself to go back and carry the things forward that you didn't do. So, let's see. Jody says, "What kind of planner do you have?" So it's called the Full Focus Planner. It's by Michael Hyatt, and so I've used it now for 2 quarters. I just started using it a little while ago, but I like it so far, for sure. So, let's see what else. Let's see. Kathleen says, my first goal is to set up such a planner after my New Year's 5K in the morning. Yeah. I think the key for me with what I learned for the planner is to carry things forward from the previous day, right? So before I would use scratch paper and I would write down my to-do list, and then I would never, a week later I'd be looking for the list, I would say. So what I do now is I rewrite everything every day. So if I put something on my planner, I put it in there, and then the next day, if I didn't do it, I have to rewrite it. I found sometimes I'm writing the thing 10 times before I finally actually do it. But I finally, after a while, I get tired of rewriting it, so I write it. So I just get it done. Jody's asking, can you put up a link for the planner? I will, but Google Michael Hyatt, best year ever, or full focus planner. It's easy to find. Trust me, it's Michael Hyatt. Full focus planner, super easy. So, let's see. Ooh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Can you guys believe 10 minutes to 2019? You guys are going to have what Michael Hyatt says, the best year ever. And because you're going to be ready for it. 2019 is going to come at you. You're going to go get it done, and you're really going to knock it out of the park. So, Jody, you're welcome for that. If you can't find it, shoot me a message. But I promise you, if you Google Michael Hyatt and Full Focus Planner, you will find it. He's on Facebook everywhere. So cool. Debbie says Illinois has some of the best state parks to hide and see. Cool. Pamela says, "Where's the party hat?" We're not there yet, Pamela. It's right here, but we're not ready. See, Happy New Year. But I'm gonna wait. This is like for the last 5 minutes or so. There it is. Jeff Neely posted it. The Full Focus store. That's exactly it, man. Very cool. All right, let's do this one out of Denver. Shannon, are you here? She says, "Happy New Year. Sending in my goal for 2019 for tonight's show. Goal equals keeping promises to myself. I want to stop breaking promises to myself. If I tell myself I'm going to do it, I need to follow through and do it. If I can't keep a promise to myself, how can I expect to keep a promise to anyone else?" Yeah, I agree with that. Not easy, right? Easier said than done, that is for sure. But think about this, right? If you made a promise to your best friend of something, you would skip things in your own personal life to deliver on that promise. A lot of us would do that. We're people pleasers in that sense. So what we would do is we would say, if we promise something to a friend, it's our bond. We're going to do it. So you have to treat yourself with that same amount of respect. And so if you promise something to yourself, write it down, commit to it, read it every day until you've done it. At some point, you will get tired of reading it. Even if you have to transcribe it day in and day out, you will get tired of reading it and you'll say, okay, I just need to do this. So very fun. Let's see. Alice says I'll most likely be sleeping at midnight. Terry says, in the fact for the month of January, I have created a blue dot challenge on my bullet journal. Nice. Bev says keep getting kicked out. I hope that's not true. So, seems like everything's streaming fine on my end. I'm actually streaming it and then watching it on YouTube and Instagram. I don't have that camera. I don't have a picture. But I'll take a picture of the setup in a little bit and share it with you guys. But 7 minutes till midnight. Are you guys excited for 2019? I'm excited for 2019. I really, really am. Let's see. Let's see what else we have in the old inbox here. This one here says, from Sharon. Sharon says, I hope to make the live show tonight. I've missed the past few too early for the West Coast. You asked for a goal. I'd love to be able to stop stressing about my finances. I know that's not really a goal because it doesn't say how, but that's what I need to focus on, keeping my finances in check. Of course, I'll still continue my focus on this WW journey, making it my lifetime lifestyle. Happy New Year to you, Janine and Megan. Thanks for all you do. Sharon out of Portland, Oregon. And Sharon is there on Instagram and Connect. Sharon, that's a goal that many of us have. So I think when you go to your top 5 goals, getting healthy, getting financially fit, there's probably, I'm trying to think of a couple others that are just, spend more time with the family, that type of stuff. There's some really big goals, and finances always comes to the top of the list. So, or for most people, it comes very close. So I think it's a great goal. I think, again, one of the things we have to do with that kind of goal is determine what that means. Does that mean budget more? Does that mean save more? Does that mean save 5% of each paycheck, 10% of each paycheck? You have to, goals, the terms, right? SMART goals, you have to, sustainable, measurable, I forget what they are. Realistic, give it a timeline. What's the A? Achievable? I think that's what it is. So when you say I want to get better control of my finances, 5 minutes to go. When you say you want to get better control of your finances, truly figure out what does that mean. When someone says, I guess what I'm asking is, how will you know that you've completed it? Right? So always, as you set your goal, the next thing you ask is, how will I know if I've accomplished what I set out to do? And that's the measurable piece. And then somewhere between setting the goal and I accomplished it is what you're after. So Very fun. It looks like we're 11:55 and 44 seconds on my clock. You guys are probably a little bit behind, but that's okay. YouTube is right. YouTube's tracking like just a handful of seconds. Very cool. And then let's see, 20 seconds behind. Facebook's about 20 seconds behind. Yep. Lee's got it right. You know, better is too vague. You know, think about the term better. How do you know? What I want you to do is I want you to end 2019 going, oh, I did this with no question. And so that's going to take a little bit of effort for you to define your goal. All right. Last one, and then I'll read this one with a hat on. Sorry. You're going to like this one. Hi, Mike. Happy New Year. I'll keep it as short as possible. I have many goals, but they can't be achieved without me first tackling the major one. Cut my time on social media. I have an addictive personality and truly feel this is an addiction. I spend way too much time texting, messaging, and Facebooking. It stops now. I must cut back on my posts, my commenting, texting, etc. I may even have to miss some Mundag chats and a live podcast. Well, that's kind of extreme. So just to reiterate, I'm cutting way back on everything so I can tackle my other goals. My goals are making me a priority, reaching my WW goal and maintaining it, making exercise a routine, journaling, getting out of debt, and so on and so on and so on. Thanks for coming into my life. You have no idea how you've changed it. I won't say it was all good. Wink, wink. Marcia out of Cleveland/Columbus. So, Marcia, I agree on that one. You know, I think we all, at one point or another, we've said, I need to take a break from social media. How long have you been sitting there, let's just say laying on the couch, laying in bed, just scrolling through your feed, looking for something? We talked about this on the show the other night. You have to get to the point where you're deliberate, right? Things that you need to do for you, you have to make yourself the priority. So one of the things that I've done, which may help you, is I've turned off most of my notifications. I've left groups on Facebook that I'm not a part of. And when it's time for me to join the Wise Wingman group, I go in there. I spend 10 or 15 minutes in there, and I get all caught up for the day, and then I come back out. And then next time I go in, I set a time to go in there for 15 minutes. I actually set my timer on my phone. And so, but I'm only in the Wise Wingman group. I'm not in Facebook, just scrolling through the Facebook feed. So the reason that helps me is when it's time, I save a lot of time because I spent time looking through Facebook and just scrolling, and I'd find a Wingman post, I'd find another post, and then you get lost in this rabbit hole. Before you know it, 3 hours has gone by. So I want you to get deliberate. I don't think you need to cut back on social media. I think you just need to manage the time that you're in there. Slightly different. Let's talk offline about that if you want as well. But I think you can put in the same amount of effort, but cut down on the time where you're just not doing anything. 1 minute to go, 50 seconds to New Year's. Woo! I like it. So I was trying to find a ball to drop or some sort, and all I come up with was this tinfoil ball. So at midnight I'll drop it, and that's all I got. So awesome. 30 seconds coming up. 30 seconds right now till 2019. Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be an incredible year for all of us. We know how to set goals. We know what's important. We know what the priority is. We can do this. 15 seconds. We can do this. Yeah, Jamie says the clock is up, right? It's a little bit of a delay. It's live on my side. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. How cool is that? Man, I like it. Happy January 1st, 2019. Very, very cool. Yeah, I forgot to drop the ball. There it is. That's all I got. Man, it's just awesome to see that. January 1st, 2019 at midnight. Guys, Happy New Year to all of you. What an amazing year 2018 has been, but that year's gone now. It's time for us to look forward into the new opportunities and find all the things that we can be thankful for, build on our previous successes, and just really really make a difference in our own lives. If you set yourself as a priority, you can do it. Yeah, I don't have fireworks. I don't have, I'm no Ryan Seacrest. I don't have any of that cool Jennifer, what's his name? Forget her name. Anyway, but she's not here. It's just me hanging out in my house all by myself with you guys. So very cool. Happy New Year. Man, it's incredible. So Catherine says the ball drop rocked. Happy New Year, Mom. Love you guys. Love you and Dad. Happy New Year from Southern California. Lee said studio's having a workshop at 9:30 in the morning. Whew. Jody says the possibilities are endless. Dina says, Happy New Year. I heard fireworks here too. Kathleen says neighbors are celebrating with us. Happy fireworks are going. Kathy, Happy New Year. Debbie, you're in Chicago. You have an hour left. You have to wait. But the rest of us, we're having a Happy New Year. Karen, Happy New Year. Marcia, Happy New Year. Nancy, this is your year. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, this is your year. Keith, Happy New Year. Sue, Happy New Year to you. Lisa's foiled again. I love it. Robin, Happy New Year from Ohio. Franny, Happy New Year. Jessica, Happy New Year to you. Glenda, Happy New Year to you. California, Michelle says Happy New Year. Very fun. Jennifer McCarthy is her name. That's right. Yeah, Kathleen. Rosie the dog is sleeping. So Rosie the dog, for those of you guys don't know, Rosie the dog has one eye. We took an eye out many years ago, and she's completely deaf. So Rosie the dog is just kind of goes. She's not the best companion, I promise you. Let's see. So Judy, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you. Bev says, love this. Yep. Hey, Kathleen says, best way to start the new year is looking at goals surrounded by our wingmen. That's right. I agree. Connie, hey there, Happy New Year. Let's see, Therese, Happy New Year to you too. Gail says, we'll celebrate again in 3 hours. Yeah. Whew, not me, I'll be asleep. Chris, minute to go. We still got an hour here in Oklahoma City. Chris, you got this. You can do it all over again. Linda, Happy New Year from Ohio. Jane, you're in California. Delilah, hello, Happy New Year. There we go. Jeff, congratulations. Jeff says, whatever you do on January 1st, you'll do all year. I love it. Marcia, Happy New Year to you again. Joe, Happy New Year. Diane, one more hour. Chris Benyon, hike in the morning. Happy New Year to you, Chris. Colette, Happy New Year. Patricia, Happy New Year from Pennsylvania. Alice, Happy New Year. Very fun. Let's see. Robin says, thank you, Fat Dag, for your Durant encouragement and leadership. Robin, you're very welcome. Happy New Year. Nancy, I'm thankful for you as well. Happy New Year. Mom says, my 2019 goal is to do a 5K with Fat Dag. I love it. I love it. I'll do one. I'll come to your house and we'll do one in Florida. How's that? Whew. Let's see. Happy New Year. 3 hours in advance to my fellow. Joyce says, Happy New Year. Darlene. Darlene is over on YouTube. Happy New Year from Michigan. Very nice. Terry says, Happy New Year. Woo. Linda's from Dayton. Happy New Year. Patricia out of Bloomington. Happy New Year. Wow. 12:04, January 1st. Man, too much fun. Franny says, just peeking in, wanted to say Happy New Year and your New Year. Got 3 hours left. Right. Those of you guys on the West Coast, I get you have 3 hours left, but this is East Coast time. This is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, so Chris says they also do the Indy Ultimate this year. I'm waiting for the date on that. I have not heard when the date's going to be, but I've asked them. Jessica says, I believe in us. We're going to rock 2019. I agree. Sharon says, thanks for thanking all the patrons. I'm going to do that in a second. See, I have that queued up next to go through that. So, very fun. Yeah, the patrons make this thing possible. You know, I spent some time today kind of trying to figure that out. And it was really kind of inspiring to see how many people have kind of rallied behind the show and make it all happen. So for sure we'll do that. So, Daisy, Happy New Year to you. Good to see you. I think hopefully it's the first time you popped in, but very nice. If not, if I missed you, that's par for the course, right? That's just kind of how that happens. So. But very cool. So goal setting, guys. This is it, right? We have we have our goals. We know what we need to do. The thing about goal setting is we know there's very little that we don't understand about what needs to get done. Half of the problem sometimes is we forget we wanted to do that. Really, that's what it is. So when the goals you set this week, you are going to be committed to for a while. Somewhere after the day you set the goal, there will be some distractions. And those distractions sometimes remind you of different things that you thought about before. So what I need you to do is do what I do. Write your goals down. Refer to them every single morning when you wake up. Read your goals for the year. And then so that reminds you throughout, so when you're coming into June, you're still remembering what you said today. So don't forget I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Don't forget your goal. So Jan says a lot of people signed up on Patreon today, right, Mike? Yeah, those are quite a few. I was actually impressed. So thank you guys all for doing that. We will certainly do that. It's funny, the scrolling of the names, it takes a good, a good 3 or 4 minutes for the things to scroll through. So it's kind of neat, kind of very, very, very cool. It makes this whole thing possible, which is kind of cool. So, all right. On that note, I think, what do you guys think? Let's go ahead and wrap it up, maybe, shall we? So this is what I was talking about earlier. These are the folks to your right. These are the ones that make this whole thing possible. I could not have done any of this stuff by alone. I couldn't have done it without you guys. So for those of you who stepped up to be a patron, thank you. Truly, thank you. You make this whole thing possible. You're paying for the internet connection. You're paying for the software. You're paying for the servers, all that good stuff. Thank you for doing that. So Jane says that's a great idea since I lose a lot since you get amnesia. That's what happens I'm telling you, that's the number one reason goals get failed is that because we move away we get distracted by something else and we go, okay, wait a minute. And then you get this conflict. I don't want you to have the conflict. I want you to have a deliberate plan in place. That deliberate plan is going to get you to whatever goal that you set. You can do this, right? It's doable. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm telling you it's doable. On that note, I need to take a little drink. I have not had any popping of champagne. Water. Awesome. Carolina says, my goal is to stop trying to please everyone else. And so that's what makes me happy. Man, if you're successful in that, which you should be, that is incredible freedom that comes from that. Lee says, I'm the only S in the airman group. That's right. Jane says, that is so cool. My check is coming next week so I can get on the list next year. Awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Connie says you need to do patron. I agree. I agree, right? Really? Very fun. Very fun. Lacey says I'm going to do a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon 2000. I love it. I can't wait to see how that goes. So, cool. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I think the names have rolled through at least once now, so that's good. Happy New Year, Carrie. Happy New Year to you. And no, there's no such thing. You don't have to run a 5K. You can walk it for sure. When we did the international tour, we walked most of them as a group. It was fun. It's 3.1 miles. It's doable for most of us, right? So very fun. Cool. All right. On that note, thank you. Truly, thank you. Thank you for an amazing 2018. Thank you for a more incredible 2019 coming up. Continue to send in your emails that talk about goal setting. I want to spend the first I want to spend the whole first year, the first month of the year talking about your goals and helping you redefine them to get a little more specific into them. They don't have to be strictly health and wellness goals. They can be whatever goal you want to do. I want to work through goal setting because I think once you start proving that you can hit your goals, you can take, let's say you have a goal of, something that's not weight related because you're struggling with a health and wellness goal. If I can prove to you that you can do this and you have enough strength to do that goal, that strength carries on and allows you to start tackling other goals. So I want to spend all of the month of January talking about goal setting. So onair@fatdag.com is the place to send in your emails about goal setting. Don't forget to include your name, your address, and your city. We'll certainly include that. But this list of people is amazing. So, whew. All right, guys. Thank you again. Have a great evening. Happy New Year to the East Coast. Central Time coming up in about 50 minutes. You guys can celebrate. And then the West Coast, you got another couple hours. You guys can celebrate as well. But again, signing off from here, January 1st, 2019. Sounds cool to say that. January 1st, 2019. What's it going to look like for you? I think it's going to look awesome. Have a great night, folks. Be good. Carry on. Do all that you can. Be the best that you can. And go get it done. I wish you good focus. Bye-bye.